Scott and Erica's show. We're at Disney MGM Studios. It's ABC Super Soap Weekend.
Is it 3 o'clock already?
Yes, it is. Oh, I forgot about the Pavlovian response.
Yeah, everybody quiet. General Hospital's on.
Right. Jay, put the phone down.
Sorry.
Here she is from General Hospital. She's Carly. She's Laura Wright. Talk right into that thing.
Yeah, just grab
Hi,
that
guys.
thing.
How are
Hey.
you? Welcome back to our show. I'm sure you remember last year's experience.
I do.
We have photographic evidence to prove it.
Yeah.
So, how have you been?
I'm great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
When did you get in town?
I got in town Wednesday night.
Oh, wow. A little chance to enjoy this weather. It's great.
Yeah, it was kind of same as California.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that.
Yeah, because we had a lot of the New York people in this morning, and it was
is
like
it cold there?
Erica Slazak said it was 26 degrees in Connecticut yesterday morning.
But perfect. It should be. That's the weird thing about,
Where are you from originally? There?
Born in D.C., Washington, D.C., raised
Okay.
in Maryland.
Oh, okay.
Moved to New York when I was 20 years old.
To seek fame and fortune?
No, I got the job on Loving when I was still in D.C., and I had, they called and said, you got the job. I'll be in New York by 5 o'clock tonight. You start work tomorrow morning.
Oh.
Really?
I was working at my dad's gas station, and I just kind of auditioned on a whim.
We just asked Tika what her new job got in the way of. What was she about to do, but then she got the gig?
Oh, I was going to own a tanning salon and a gas station.
Oh, yeah? Together?
Well, whatever.
Yeah.
And I ended up owning a gas station with my dad after I got the job on Loving.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
I didn't have to work at it anymore. But I did profit from that.
But it seems like you guys have found a formula that really works, because the black and white ball, kind of similar to the hostage situation
Which
at the Metro
I
Court.
like,
It was brilliant.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea to do the end of the story and then go backwards.
Right.
I love when they jumble time around.
I do too, and it's it shakes it up a little bit, and I think it's such a great idea, and I think every sweeps they should do the same thing, it gives fans something to look forward to, like a funky little story within a story.
And it's reasonable that so many of the major characters are in the same place at once, because they're there for an event.
An event.
So it's not contrived that, it's like,
No.
well, what would Carly be doing in the,
Oh, I love her whole arguing that she was going up until then.
Yeah.
I was like, some of the fun. I love working with Ingo, and because really, we always say we have our Rachel and Ross moments, and then me trying to get Jason to take me, and
yeah, that's...
and Steve Burton is like the funniest guy to work with, so it doesn't suck to work on General Hospital.
No, I wouldn't think so.
No.
Because it's the one show where there's humor built in.
Right.
The characters are allowed to be funny.
Always has been that way.
Yeah, starting with Tony Geary.
Yeah.
And
Edward,
Oh, yeah.
When you go to the first Edward Quartermain, I watched then, and he was always funny with Lila, and when he would get in trouble by her, she would get mad at him. She finally had, she would have the last word.
Yeah.
Always funny.
Yeah. We're talking to Laura Wright. She's Carly on General Hospital. And I was thinking the other day, you were playing a scene where your facial expression was really subtle. It had to be subtle. And I was wondering about, with the buzz of being on the set and everything going around, okay, here we go, bells are ringing, got to get in place, here we go, ready, and action. It's probably easier, I'm guessing, to play something with a lot of energy. But when you have to bring it down and really
be serious
and calm and just subtle, how difficult is that with all the commotion going on around you?
Well, they're usually, if it's going to be a quiet, subtle scene, there isn't a lot of confusion that's loud. Or you really have to learn to get in your own space. If it's a funny, sometimes they have to tell us to shut up because they're counting down and we're talking and laughing, and they're like, you guys we're actually getting ready to start your scene. Like, oh, sorry. And that's usually when I work with Ingo and Sebastian, because they are just terrible. You can't get them to stop making jokes. And they're both so competitive, and they pick on each other all the time. But usually my serious stuff is with Maurice, and you just have to get there.
He's scary good.
And you turn around to you tell someone to stop. If if it was out of control, you could just say to the stage manager, "Can they take it down?" If you're really trying to prepare. Everyone usually respects it. It's not like there's ever a problem.
Right.
But you also have to learn. If I have to walk away and get in my own head, and depending on the dialogue, the amount of dialogue, it's kind of. You're used to it. I've been working on sets for 17 years now, so you kind of you figure it out, whatever your way of working is.
It was fascinating to see Maurice on Oprah recently
Yeah.
talking about how when Sonny was having the breakdown, that it affected him.
Oh, for
And
sure.
it was just, it's amazingly compelling stuff. That,
Yeah,
because he's so dead on as Sonny. I mean, it's like
Oh, yeah.
he lives, he breathes, he sweats.
He is
Sonny.
funny. Yeah. He's funny. We love the Carly Sonny relationship where it is right now because we like being exes. It's funny if you ever put us back together. Well, not ever, but like anytime in the future. What's the story to tell? But
Right.
we have, I love Carly being jealous of any woman, and Kate, who is the exactly opposite of Carly, is hysterical. It's like that's the fun. For Kate and Carly to be friends, and for Carly and Sonny to get back together, who cares?
Yeah. Well, when you were here last year, you were in between because you'd be kissing Maurice, then you'd be kissing
Yeah.
Inga, then you'd be kissing
I remember
Maurice,
talking
then
about
you'd be
that,
kissing-
yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, I was in the middle of a Sonny and Jack sandwich.
What's the least you have in common with Carly?
The least I have in common with her?
Mhm.
Oh, she's very much, she doesn't really like women.
right.
And I don't agree with that. I think it's a very funny quality of hers, but I'm the opposite of that. I think that she, I think she's more upset that Letitia's dead because now she doesn't have a nanny.
Yeah, she has to watch her own children.
Not really like that. I'd rather not have to have a nanny, but I do,
Yeah.
or an au pair. And so, we're very much alike in how passionate we are about like taking up for people or protecting people. It's just who she chooses to do that for. It's a little different than me, I wouldn't have 5 guys around like, Jax has to deal with Sonny and Jason. That really wouldn't be my life. I mean, it's nice, but no.
But it is funny whenever Sam walks into a scene, or you can always expect the Carly fireworks because she hates every woman that Jason has been with, that Sonny has been with, that even looks cross-eyed at one of them.
Yeah, she would be like, why are they here? And funny enough, I watched an old scene with me and Steve Burton, and Jax showed up, and it was like when Jax and Carly first started dating. And when Jax showed up, he walks away, and Jason goes, he just shows up here whenever he wants. And so I was like, oh my God, it's really, the 3 of them have this, who's this in your life? And I don't know, it's funny, it's like, because I have to deal with that person as well now.
Right.
So, there's 1,000 things to play with it as well. And I love it. I most of the time have to, say I'm sorry before I start scenes with it.
Right.
Becky and I'm like, I'm just going to say I'm sorry now.
Yeah.
And she's like so funny.
But you coming in, like you said, as a Carly, Carly was an established character who was recast, and you're left with some of her baggage, but you've been able to morph her into somebody who's really likable. At times, Carly has not been likable, but you are.
Well, and I'm sure I'm annoying to a lot of people because, I mean, and I trim. I try to not say as much. She's that character that you have to have on a show. Not everyone may love her, and that's the point. If you don't have someone that comes in and stirs the pot, where's your drama? I mean,
Right.
you have to have, you have the Becky Hurst character of Elizabeth, which is so necessary. You need a young heroine on the show. You need the girl that needs to be rescued. But Carly's the one demanding to be rescued. She's making the noise. Where the sweet, Elizabeth is, no, I'll handle it myself, and it's like that's the person you want to take care of. You need the problem. You need annoying people like Carly.
Well, Carly knows she's a strong woman. She can hold her own, and she can do the saving. But that's where the trouble ensues because you come off with these plots that are
well,
just.
It's funny because Carly starts right and ends right, but how she gets there is all wrong.
Yeah.
All wrong. Yeah.
That's so funny. Well, thanks for being with us again. We appreciate it.
Anytime.
Enjoy your weekend here. It's Laura Wright. She's Carly on General Hospital.